Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. I am having an amazing evening. Yes, I am. Because let me tell you something. I am God's child. Do you understand me? I am God's child. I'm one of God's favorites. And yeah, karma has officially hit. Let's talk about it, crew. Let's talk about it. So, this cornball on my screen, they call him Math Hoffa. I'll call him Math Heffa. Okay? Moist math. Moist math. Guess apparently he decided to share some bad news like No Jumper, saying that his shop where he actually films his podcast is officially shut down. No longer. Okay. And I guess it's talking about how financially it's just not hitting anymore for him. Now, this man has over 1 million subscribers, which shows you now that in the YouTube game, the subscribers, while they're helpful, it's more so about the views than the actual subs at this point. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because even though this man has 1 million subscribers, a lot of his videos lately have 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I'm going to repeat again, he has over 1 million subscribers. In fact, the last video where he actually reached over 100,000 subscribers was the video of him talking about his downfall. Now, let him tell it. It's it's haters. It's always haters that people are hating on him. But the reality is, I'm thinking this is his karma. Now, why am I so amused by this? One, as you guys who know me very well, I don't wish downfall on anyone. I firmly believe that that type of karma does come back on you. However, this cornball started with me. Okay, he started with me. So again, let the Lord fight your battles. And I think the Lord is fighting my battles as well as other people's battles. Because from my understanding, I'm not the only one. So where does all of this come from? Well, back in December, you guys, I don't know if some of you guys actually listened to this video that I did. Math Hoffa and Fat Joe, if you guys remember this, Fat Joe made a comment about foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slaves, and pretty much was using the N-word all over the place and sat up there and called FBA people broke ninjas while Math Hoffa was laughing his ass off. Yes, Math Hoffa is a Black man. He is not a Black man who is a foundational Black American, American descendant of slaves. So sometimes you realize who people are and how they feel about foundational Black Americans, ADOS. You find out how they think based off of these type of situations. And Math Hoffa, as well as other Black men in that room, had nothing to say. They actually thought it was really funny what Fat Joe had to say. So I did this video about how we've allowed this to happen. We've allowed people to get too comfortable. We have allowed people to literally disrespect us, even though our ancestors built this damn country. So people like Fat Joe and Math Hoffa can be comfortable and make money. Our ancestors built this damn country, literally went through hell and back, unalived, SA, all of that stuff, just for people to have the American dream. All right. So we had a good discussion about it. Now, the reality is I have friends who are Puerto Rican, Dominican. I have friends who of Caribbean descent, but I also know where they stand as far as how they respect foundational Black Americans. Well, I did this video and there were a lot of people who agreed with me. I did this video before I even had 2,000 subscribers, and there were people who were absolutely saying, you know what, shout out to you, sister. I definitely respect this. We have to stand up for ourselves and we have to protect ourselves at all costs. Now, here's the thing. I don't know why people keep trying ADOS, FBA people, but anytime they try to come for us, it never ends well with them. It never ends well with them. I don't know why people think they're untouchable, but I feel like God and our ancestors be getting people back by disrespecting us, okay? Well, interesting enough, after I did this video, lo and behold, first thing in the morning, I get an email. An email saying that this video is going to be demonetized. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? What do you mean demonetized? My channel ain't even got 2,000 subscribers. Who the hell cares about my channel that much to where it needs to be demonetized? Well, apparently, allegedly, Math Heffa, that's who, and his damn company literally did a copyright saying that, this is going to be demonetized if you don't remove the damn video that you were showing for fair use. Now, here's the thing. I could have fought it. I could have sat up there and said fair use, but I kind of chuckled at it because I said, this moist ass piece of shit, you literally are getting this annoyed over my opinion about how it was blatant disrespect on your freaking channel. Everybody and their mama was talking about this. You didn't do that to Star. You didn't do that to other people. But my female small content creator ass, you want to put a freaking demonetized strike on my shit. You piece of shit, you. Okay, so literally I posted something like the next day on my post, and I pretty much was laughing it off like, you ain't stopping nothing over here. You ain't stopping nothing over here. You think you're stopping something, but God still got me. You can be petty if you want to, you moist ass, but I'ma still keep pushing. Okay, now interesting enough that Fat Joe was calling FBA broke ninjas on his freaking podcast, and yet now he is sounding like he's going through financial issues. Karma's a bitch, ain't it? Yeah, karma is a bitch. Baby, let me tell you something. Math Hoffa. At the end of the day, you need to humble yourself. It shows that subscribers don't mean nothing anymore. How do you have 1 million subscribers and you have so many videos that only have 2,000 views? I'm a small content creator and I can do a video with 2,000 or 1,000 views. So I don't think that he is necessarily going broke, but I truly think his karma is coming back to him. Not for just me. Let's be clear. Matt Hoffa has been known to be a controversial person in general. He has had so many co-hosts that he's allegedly fired, people that literally used to work on his podcast that they're now beefing or he had beef with. And it's always everyone else's fault. It's never his fault. Okay, he's always the victim. He always has an excuse for everything, allegedly. Okay, not to mention, from my understanding, he has done a strike on other people's channels too. And it's not everyone's channel. It's mainly the channels with people who ain't kissing his ass. Allegedly, he also did this to Hassan Campbell, who also has a big platform. Okay, so this is just who he is. This is how he freaking moves as a man or a so-called man. So with that being said, he posted this video on his freaking YouTube channel. Now this video got 100,000 views, while his other videos, I told you what his videos are doing. And so he explains what happened. Now, he actually did his production in a barbershop that he leased, okay? He is saying the barbershop is no longer, the lights are out. I am going to play the audio on this, not the video, because you already know his moist ass in the company, you know, Math Heffa, he'll probably strike it. Fair use on the audio, you piece of shit. Fair use. So I'm going to actually play it. And we're going to listen to this because I definitely almost guarantee everything he's going to say is not his fault. Because, see, that's how narcissistic people operate. Everybody else is a problem except for them, including the alleged audio of him that actually he was arguing with his wife or his woman. And he was calling her a leech. And allegedly they were saying he did a strike on her, if you know what I mean. And I ain't talking about no copyright strike. Allegedly he did a strike on her. So this freaking heifer is a freaking POS all the way around. All right. But I'm going to play this and we're going to listen to it. Okay. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. But yeah, FBA all day. And this is your karma coming back thinking it was funny talking about FEA people and laughing at him saying that they broke ninjas. And look what's going on with you right now. God don't like ugly. Math Heffa. God don't like ugly. So let's listen to it, shall we?
Spoke on this on the stream yesterday. And, mentioned, Adam and, how after COVID, he probably thought, things were sweet. There was a lot of shit moving and all that, and how it kind of gassed a lot of people. I would say it gassed me also. I definitely got caught up in some financial issues and all that.
Yeah, you full of gas, all right.
But regardless, I try to keep the shop and everything running, right? But I'm going to break down to y'all a situation that I've been dealing with. I've been dealing with this for a little while, and now it's gotten to the point where we don't know what's going to happen with the shop. Just keeping it 100.
Is that the reason why you demonetized my stuff? Because the little pennies that I got from that you wanted to get for yourself because you're struggling right now? Really? Really? I'm sure you make way more money than me on your damn YouTube channel.
Just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the math not mathing. Math not mathing, son. Math not mathing. But
But your name is Math Hoffa, dumbass.
All of this stuff, like, I keep it 100 with y'all, man. I keep it 100 with y'all. I've talked about working like regular jobs and shit like that, but none of them shits ever lasted like a real long time. For the most part, the money that I made in the streets, or I made from battle rap, which was kind of like making it in the streets.
You probably didn't have no actual real job that lasted because you don't know how to work with people. We've heard that based off of your own damn podcast. You're a narcissist and you only care about yourself based on what we have been told on these YouTube streets.
You know what I'm saying? It took me a while before I figured out, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. It was just, getting the cash and busting moves. That was what I knew. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up in a household where, my father was around to break down certain things.
Oh no, you guys. He didn't grow up with a father. We're starting with the violins already. He is literally not even 2 minutes in this video talking about, I didn't grow up with a father. He didn't teach me certain things. There's plenty of men who haven't grown up with a father who know how to handle their money. That's called going to school. Has nothing to do with the father. Go to school. Learn math. Math Hoffa. Learn business. Math Heffa. Continue.
My mom started to learn shit eventually, but it wasn't like it was being, it wasn't being shared. We weren't like, she wasn't like, yo, sit down, I learned about this today or whatever. So when the show became super successful, it was like a block clicking for me. You know what I mean? It was like a block clicking for me. And a lot of the deals and the situations that I got involved in weren't sound paperwork-wise. Paperwork-wise, it wasn't sound. It was more of like, you know, I trust you, we're going to do this. I trust you, we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go with this shit. First of all, hit the like button on the way in. Hello. I'm sorry, you guys. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Dustin. Hello, lovely green eyes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I usually say hi to you guys, but you know what? As much as I always take the high road, you know, Michelle taught us when they go low, we go high. No, I'm going low. I'm going gutter low today. Because, baby, at the end of the day, this man seems like, you know, God is letting him know you need to humble yourself, come back down to reality. But he's still playing victim, as you can already hear. But let's continue.
Not really forming contracts and all that. Like, even the guys that you know, that I fired or whatever, and you know, they go around complaining like little bitches and all that shit. But at the end of the day,
oh no, he fired them, but he calling them little bitches. Last I checked, little bitches strike channels, right? Little bitches do that. That's what little bitches do. Why would they be called little bitches because you fired them? What? I'm confused. And how are you being humble right now with all of this financial issues you got going on and you're calling them little bitches? Oh my gosh.
even the W9s and all that shit, like they stuck me with that. You know what I'm saying? All the bread that I was paying them, they stuck me with that. These motherfuckers ain't going, that they ain't telling you that they got paid. You think they telling the government? You think what I'm saying?
Oh no. Come on. Isn't that kind of a form of snitching? They not telling the government? Are you trying to imply they're not paying their taxes, sir? Come on. Didn't you just say you was a street dude? Why would you do that? So, because you're going through something, you have to try to pull people down with you. Sounds bitch made to me, but let's continue.
Chilling.
Oh, hell, this damn thing. Go ahead. There we go.
So there's a lot of things that I had to learn in this process. Just learning and learning and learning and learning. And this is another thing that I had to learn.
Your learning failed.
That I had to learn, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Let's just get to the video. We back. This is a Hemio exclusive. Exclusive. I was inspired to do this. You know, shout out to Adam. I've seen Adam talking about his financial situation over there and what's going on. I do feel like there is like a war or some sort of war on podcasts right now. Because I know you guys probably been wondering, yo, you guys are not dropping like you.
There's no war on podcasting right now. Your arrogant ass is just eating some humble pie. That's what's going on right now. There are plenty of channels that have not even half of your followers who are still doing great. So we can't make those excuses. You just sound like you're reckless with your money and reckless with your ego and don't know how to be loyal and make sure that you're loyal to people. You know, that's what it sounds like to me. And it sounds like you're just getting your karma. That's what it sounds like to me.
Were before, and you know, Emio's been going through its ups and downs. And I was real hesitant on whether to share certain things with you guys. But fuck it. Let's all just keep it real, right? Okay, so here it is. Let's rewind like maybe 2-3 years ago. I acquired the shop, but the way that I acquired it wasn't, you know, me buying it or anything like that. I met the landlord, and unfortunately, you know, some people are not
privy.
They're not.
Spit it out.
They're racist.
Oh, okay.
They're racist. Some people are racist.
Oh no.
I was trying to figure out how to say it without, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some people are not enlightened to, you know what I mean? But this dude, like, nah, he's fucking racist. He's fucking racist. This motherfucker asked me if I wholesale cocaine.
Really, y'all? So he's already went. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't have a father in my life. My mother didn't really teach me anything. Now he is saying that the landlord from the beginning was racist. Then why in the hell would you do a lease with someone who's racist and doesn't want you there? Huh? Really? Really? Oh gosh, how old is he? Too old for this shit.
Like what? To my face, like, you know, I'm gonna have to see your business records and all that to make sure that you don't wholesale cocaine. I laughed, but I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. I wanted to slap the dog shit out that nigga. First of all, I don't do that no more. I changed my life. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Not I've never done it. I don't do that no more. How do you know he never saw you on the corner, sir, back in the day? Maybe he saw you on the corner before. Like, I mean, and he probably was like, isn't that fool used to be on the corner selling? What he doing now? And what is he about to do? Does that make him racist or does that make him a smart businessman unlike you? I don't know.
But for you, like, to just to feel that comfortable that you could say some shit like that, come on, son. Come on, son. That shit was whack. That shit was whack. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when I first met the landlord, he asked me if I was wholesaling cocaine. Forgot I said that. Mm-hmm. So
he was dead serious.
He was dead serious. And, you know, despite him seeing people like Robert F. Kennedy and all these people pull up, there's always been some sort of pushback. There's always been like an issue, or mm-hmm. you know, even up to recently when we've been going through all this stuff, I called him and he pretty much brushed me off. So he's never been interested in actually doing business here. But because we started here, I felt like it was important to have this shot. So I entered into a situation.
Come on, y'all. He was never interested in doing business with me. He was a racist. He claimed I was dealing the Coca-Cola. And yet you claim it was important for you to have the lease here because you started there. In New York City, where there are so many places where you can actually film, that's your reason? Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My personal opinion, yeah, I don't believe it.
But I subleased from the person who had it before, right? Now, with this person, you know,
okay, so what he just said was he actually went to the owner. The owner was like, you doing Coca-Cola? But then what he ended up doing was subleasing from the person who had it before. Okay, so he didn't even go straight through the owner. He actually subleased from someone else. Okay, so what that sounds like is that person actually still had the lease. Okay, and he was actually giving money to the person who had the lease. Okay, y'all heard that, right? Let's continue.
Don't say no names.
I'm not. I said be careful with what you say.
But this person, you know, what started off and seemed like a good situation at the time it just became, not good. When you think somebody's like looking out and doing you a favor, that's what it felt like in the beginning. So after a while, I realized, like, oh, hold on. Certain shit just, like, even the impression that the landlord had about me.
Yeah.
Where that came from?
Yeah. You! Duh!
Where did that come from? And then later on, I'm learning, like, you were supposed to hold the lease for a certain amount of time, so you couldn't really shift all that. You was gonna owe money. And this guy, slumlord, he was definitely gonna penalize it. Ain't no way he was gonna be like, you know what, you can have the money or whatever. Nah, that nigga was gonna penalize it. So
that's so rude. Is he trying to sit up there and make fun of his accent? Sir, that is so ignorant of you. Damn. I mean, and you come from an immigrant background. That is so ignorant. Now, with that being said, he's now trying to blame the person he subleased to, saying that she had to lease it, I guess, for a certain amount of time. So he felt like he was getting the okie doke. Sir, she can't do the okie doke if you're not dumb enough to give her the money. You wanted that spot, and it sounds like, to me, in my opinion, you found a way to hustle your way through it, even though that man didn't want you there. I'm not putting my money in a place where somebody doesn't want me. I'm going to go somewhere else. So either you couldn't go somewhere else because of other reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're not telling us the full story here, sir.
So it was probably in her best interest for me to do it through her.
Yeah.
So now I'm paying her.
No, it was in your best interest. It was in your best interest. What do you mean? You didn't have to sublease through her. You wanted to. It just doesn't even make any sense.
The good faith of thinking she's paying him and she's taking care of all the shit. Well, y'all see. Hold on. And I would get these bills for things that didn't make sense, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. So I got a bill one time for electric. Mm-hmm. And I looked at it, I was like, this is impossible. Mm. Bruh, the fucking electric bill was like $7,000. And because we shot like 10 episodes last month. So we only been in the shop 2 times this month. Mm-hmm. Right?
Do y'all believe that? $7,000. Do y'all believe that? I don't know. I need a receipt. He claims $7,000. All right. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button.
I'm gonna come back to that. The landlord always had an issue with us not being here
during the day, like
not being like not running the shop, or whatever, not making. Yo, so this nigga used to be mad, like, why y'all not in the shop? Every time I come here, the shop is closed. Mostly we would shoot at night until we started shooting like during the day or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the shop would be shut down if we not shooting, like, if we knocked out 4 episodes in 1 week, right? That's 2 weeks worth of work.
Does he not realize that it was a barber shop for barbers to cut hair? Did the owner and the person who had the lease assume that maybe you were opening a barber shop, not just filming in there, but an actual barber shop? Maybe that's the case. You know, a lot of the times you have to actually sign off on a lease and use it for what it's intended for. Gosh.
So we might not have to shoot until maybe the end of next week. But if we knocked out like 8 episodes in 1 week, we out for the month. We be going for the month, and this nigga would be complaining that the shop is not open. I'm like, why are you complaining?
Oh my gosh.
And then they're trying to play the, oh, I think they're doing something illegal. What you mean we doing something illegal? Because, yo, why is the barbershop not, why is it never open?
Y'all, is it just me? Because y'all already know, I know we live in a racist world. But what he said, it makes sense to the owner. If you were literally signing off for a barbershop and you are paying on a monthly basis for this barbershop, but he never sees the barbershop open and it's only open at a couple of times a month or whatever, and at night, what are you doing? Especially when you're supposed to use it as a barbershop. But again, a narcissist has an issue with anybody saying anything to him and not understanding this is proper business. Did you ever explain to them that the reason why you're leasing this because you're just using this as a studio to film, and the barbershop is considered the man's safe haven, so you want to give that look of a barbershop, and that's the only reason why you're using it? Maybe just be honest.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to why. Now I found out why this nigga kept saying that. Chat, what you think? What y'all think it was? Nah, bro, we stopped with the barber shit.
Oh gosh.
There was a couple occasions where, a guest would move the time, and I didn't like telling the barbers that they couldn't. You had an appointment, you got to cancel that and da-da-da. I didn't like doing that.
When he can't really explain himself to me, it's because he's full of shit. So at one point he was using it as a barbershop and then stopped. And now he's making an excuse as to why he had to stop using the barbershop for barbers. And now he's blaming it on the barbers, I guess. And it has nothing to do with him.
I didn't like doing that. But the thing that really fucked me up is the barbers would have their friends in the shop, and their friends would be sitting in the barber chairs, fucking them up. I don't know what these niggas was doing with these chairs. I don't know what they was doing with the chairs. We walked in one day to shoot an episode. Mac sat in his chair, and the shit just fell over. Nigga almost broke his neck. And nobody ain't say nothing. Nobody say, yo, one of the chairs broke, this, that, and the third. We would just walk in and be like, yo, what the fuck happened to the chair? So after a while, I was like, man, fuck that. We down. Like,
really, y'all? I can't. I cannot. So now he's saying they did something with the chair. Okay. This is what we're going to continue to do. Okay.
Get the barbers out of here, because I don't know what they doing. Not keeping it as a barbershop or whatever, and that was even a threat to the lease. Like, yo, this is supposed to be a barbershop. So the chick that I was subleasing from would start sending me shit like, yo, this nigga's gonna he's gonna try to evict us, or he's gonna take me to court off of this. And highlighted in the lease, it says the purpose of the shop was a barbershop. She's sending me this little clip of it saying that the intention of this shop is supposed to be a barbershop, but with commercial businesses, just like a mixed use, it's still a barbershop. It's just we're shooting the podcast in the barbershop. But
he can't be this stupid. He just literally said that the barbershop, it had to be used as a barbershop or it would compromise the lease. See, the problem with someone like this is they just feel like if they giving somebody money, they should just shut up about it and be happy that they're getting money. That's not good business, sir. That's not how business works. But you truly are such an arrogant prick and an asshole that you feel like you could do whatever the hell you want to do and no one should question you on anything. And then you wonder why you're going through what you're going through.
You can't tell a nigga, yo, because, you know, y'all don't got this shit open and barbers is cutting people hair, that this ain't a barber shop. It's still a barber shop. You walk into the motherfucker, you look around and look.
He actually can tell you that. He owns the building. He can tell you whatever the hell he wants to tell you.
It's like a fucking barbershop, don't it? I'm going to come full circle with all this shit, right? So this electric bill, which continue to grow and get sky high. Beat this, y'all. And I refuse to pay it because it didn't make no sense. Something was wrong. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I'm stuck in between the war that's going on between these two people, right? So, the person I lease from decides, fuck it, I'm gonna cut the shit. But she don't tell me nothing. That's the ill part. She don't tell me nothing. Nothing. Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here, what y'all think happened? What y'all think happened? It also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? The power here. It also cut the power in 2 years, like 2 years, without a problem. It's just, you keep coming up with these extra numbers. And I'm like, is she scamming me? Like, what's going on? Come to find out, the day that she cut the power here, it also cut the power in different areas in the building.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
So now the super is like, yo, what's up with the electricity? What's going on? Da, 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 da. And that's not even supposed to be like this. There's rooms, there's a basement, there's people with no power. Mm-hmm. Somehow that bill or the power source was rigged to other places in this building. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're out of power. We can't shoot in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the steps to bruh. The electricity from the shop run into the basement, run into other apartments, run into different spots in the building. So this is why this nigga was always beefing about niggas not being in the shop. Cause if we not dead and that bill come, I'm gonna explain that. Just like I knew, where the fuck this shit come from? We ain't been in here. And they're telling us, yo, you gotta pay for that. Take legal action against the situation, but it's tough. I can't turn it.
Okay, this is what happens when you do allegedly business by subleasing versus you having a legitimate lease in your name. Furthermore, he claims that she turned the power off and didn't say anything to him. Sir, she kept telling you this needed to be a barbershop. Sir, she kept telling you, based off of what you said, that she is going to get in trouble if you do not run this as a barbershop. Guess you didn't listen. Guess you sat up there and still did what you wanted to do. So the only way she could make sure you couldn't use it for anything else anymore is to turn the power off. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
I will back on because I need a lease, and if the lease is through this person, I'm subleasing, and they're not in communication. It's like we've been stuck.
Tough spot.
We've been stuck, and it's tough for me because I got so many memories in this place.
Aww.
But, if I gotta let it go, I gotta let it go. But
let it go.
I know this is wrong. What was done is wrong, and I want to fight. So if any of y'all knows the laws of New York City and how I can fight this the right way, get in contact with me. And if there's any barbershops out there that's like, yo, if you want to use our space, holler at us or whatever, maybe we go on a barbershop tour. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we go on a barbershop tour. Because we damn sure can't sit up in the shop and tell ghost stories with flashlights underneath our chins. Like, yeah, so how was it working with Jay-Z? And do you have any memories of Tupac?
Okay. We were able to get through that painful situation. Let's just keep it real. He sure the hell does talk like a teenager. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, lovely green. I see. We have common sense over here. We have common sense over here. You get a bill that high, wouldn't you sit up there and call the power company? But again, he didn't have anything in his name. He was literally paying, it sounds like, that lady under the table so he can have that spot, because he really claims he wanted that spot because of the memories. That's what he wanted. Okay. I still sounds like that. I still think that's bullshit. He claims the reason why he wanted that spot is because they started there. There are plenty of barbershops in New York City. Plenty. So it just doesn't even make any sense, especially when you claim that the owner was racist and now you claim that the lady you were subleasing from was also being shady. Everybody is shady, but you, it seems like, Math Heifer. Everyone else is shady but you. And now he's actually posted, and the woman in the background is allegedly his wife or girlfriend, the same wife or girlfriend that allegedly, from my understanding, was on that recording. Y'all look up that recording for yourself, Matt Hoffa versus his girlfriend. But with that being said, now he's going on a crusade talking about people are hating and all of these haters, you know, these ninjas sitting up there praying on his downfall or whatever the case may be, and they just nothing but haters. Sir, you know who I think a hater is, or what a hater is? A hater is somebody who likes to strike people's channels. You're a passive aggressive hater. Like, straight up. You're a passive aggressive hater. Like, at least if you're going to hate, be an open hater. Like, straight up say, yeah, I did it, and what? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're a hater. It just seems like, to me, you screwed over a lot of people, and people are just finally looking at this situation like Math Heifer is finally getting his downfall. Now, here's the thing. Do I think that this is going to be his downfall? No. I think that he definitely needs to reevaluate his channel, because clearly what he's putting out there right now to only get 2,000 views here or there, he needs to reevaluate the type of content he's putting out there. You have all of these subscribers, but clearly they're not tuning in. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's not getting enough guests anymore. I don't know if the ambiance of the barbershop is really what allowed people to come. I just have a feeling it has to do with the guests. And if he's not getting the guests, you know, he's probably not going to get the views. But the reality is that he needs to kind of just figure it out. And I'm sure he'll be fine. Hell, I'm sure he still makes more money than your average American, even with him being a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still sure that he's doing okay for himself. But stop making excuses. Stop blaming everyone else. Stop pointing the finger at everyone else and you trying to be victim number one. Stop. Stop, sir. Because there's too many people saying the same thing about you. Not all of them are lying on you. There's plenty of other content creators who have way more followers than you, but they don't have half of the stories that you have when it comes to either working with you or how you play on these YouTube streets. And this is an example of how it shows that no matter how many subscribers people have, there are people who just literally like to be dirty on YouTube for no reason at all whatsoever. My little channel, me being a female, a Black female at that, what kind of money was you possibly going to get from my 2.2 viewers, 2,200 viewers on one video? Really? Because I'm going to protect my people. I'm going to protect my ancestors while you sitting up there disrespecting them, knowing damn well if someone disrespected your people, you from Barbados, if someone disrespected your people, you would have an issue with that. I have every right to have an issue with that damn podcast with you and Fat Joe. Hell, maybe Fat Joe can help you. Maybe he can get you a damn job. Maybe he can get you a barbershop. But the reality is maybe you need to be mindful about what you say and how you treat people. Maybe this is your moment to humble yourself. That's what you may need to do. I don't know if he has it in him, but he may need to humble himself and understand that the same people you meet on the way up are the same people you meet on the way down. You got to be mindful of how you treat people. Math heifer. So look, at the end of the day, I don't like to chuckle on people and their mishaps, or, you know, when they're struggling or whatever the case may be. I don't think that man is really struggling like that. I think that at the end of the day, he's playing victim so he can get the views, in my opinion. You know, I don't believe anything that comes out of this man's mouth. If you notice, he didn't take responsibility for anything. Oh, except he takes responsibility for just trusting people and believing people's word. That's what he did say. Yeah, I blame myself for trusting people. How about people need to blame themselves for trusting you? Because it seems like you can't keep employees. Sounds like you like to have yes people around you. And as soon as somebody tell you the truth about yourself, you got an issue with it. You a hothead. And I would say all of this that's going on right now, you brought on yourself. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, rebrand yourself. Be nice. Stop being an asshole. Stop picking on the little guy. Stop being a bully. Yup. He said, don't be mad. UPS is hiring Notorious Big. There's always a red flag, too much trust or too big of a heart. Right. But yet he has had so many issues with people who have come through there who worked for him. He done had even issues allegedly with his girlfriend, called her a leech, allegedly, on this audio. Everybody's a problem except for Math Hoffa. So look, at the end of the day, and Lord forgive me, but I got a kick out of this. I really did, because at the end of the day, people need to have some humble pie. They really do. They need to have humble pie and realize that you can be touched. You're not untouchable. You are not untouchable. And at the end of the day, it's you that's the issue. Especially when you have people who don't even have close to the followers you have, but their numbers are still looking good. It's you. It's you. And it's very clear that you can't do this on your own. Because I guess if you're doing it on your own and you only can get 2,000 views, sir, there's a problem. There's a problem. You got people with less followers than me that get 2,000 views on every damn video. Hell, that's my damn goal, 2,000 views on every video. But when you got over 1 million subscribers, that sounds like an embarrassment. So, my final words, FBA ADOS all day. Those are my final words. You know what? But because I'm a Christian, I'm going to pray for you, Math Heifer. I am. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to ask God for forgiveness because I did get a kick out of this. But I'm going to pray for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like you need it. You need some direction in your life. Hopefully this will help you learn to listen to people who know more than you. And it seems like, hell, my damn 10-year-old freaking godchild seems like she got more common sense than you. Okay. But yeah, you know, maybe this will help you understand that you have to do business better. And by doing business better, that means you have to treat people better. So I'm gonna pray for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pray for you. We'll see if this fool tries to strike this one for some reason, whatever. He can kiss my fat black ass. I'll fight it this time around. The last time I was like, it ain't even worth it. You can have the little change if you want, but this time around, I will fight it. I will fight it, sir. You know what I mean? You just want to sit up there and pick on females or guys that you feel like are picking on you. Yeah, kick rocks. Bust math heifers lies and think about hef. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Math heifer, moist math. His name is Moist Math and Math Heifer now. Okay. Got more emotions than me. Don't even make no damn sense. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you didn't have a father in your life. So this is why you act this way. Okay. Well, it's a lot of men out there who ain't have a father in their life and they're not as moist as you. So with that being said, you guys, let's continue the conversation below. What do you think about Math Heifer's downfall? Do you feel like it's a downfall? Do you feel like he's gonna bounce back? Do you feel like he's gonna have to humble himself and really, understand that he has effed over a lot of people? He needs to go on an apology tour. He needs to make things right. Because as they say in The Color Purple, until you do right by me, everything you gonna think about gonna crumble, ninja. Everything you think about gonna crumble. So let's continue the conversation below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Toodles.